What if I told you that one of America's most iconic presidents signed a document creating a service meant to protect the nation, only to meet his tragic end hours later? The day was April 14, 1865, and Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States, was unknowingly living the final hours of his life. This was the same day he approved the formation of what we now know as the Secret Service. Ironically, this agency, which would later play a key role in protecting future presidents, could not save him from his fate. The story begins during the final days of the Civil War, a period of both relief and tension. The Union was on the brink of victory, and Lincoln's leadership had steered the nation through its darkest hours. But the wounds of war were fresh, and danger still loomed in unexpected places. On that fateful morning of April 14th, Lincoln carried out his presidential duties as usual. Among them was signing legislation to establish the Secret Service, not to protect the president, as it does today, but to combat the rampant counterfeiting of U.S. currency that plagued the economy during the war. At the time, nearly one-third of all currency in circulation was fake, posing a significant threat to the nation's financial stability. The creation of the Secret Service was a critical step toward restoring trust in the economy. But Lincoln likely didn't dwell on this decision for long. The day held personal significance for him as well. It was Good Friday, and he had planned a rare evening of relaxation at Ford's Theater to watch the comedy Our American Cousin with his wife, Mary Todd Lincoln. As the day unfolded, Lincoln seemed unusually reflective, even melancholic. Those close to him later recounted that he spoke of dreams and premonitions of death. Yet he carried on, perhaps unaware of the plot being hatched against him by John Wilkes Booth, a Confederate sympathizer and actor who saw Lincoln's assassination as a means to avenge the South's defeat. That evening, Lincoln arrived at Ford's Theater amidst applause from the audience. He took his seat in the presidential box, seemingly at peace. But just as the play reached a moment of comedic climax, Booth made his move. Slipping into the unguarded box, he fired a single shot into the back of Lincoln's head, delivering a fatal wound. The chaos that followed was unimaginable. Booth leapt to the stage, shouted Sic semper tyrannis, thus always to tyrants, and fled the scene, leaving behind a nation in shock and mourning. Lincoln was carried to a nearby boarding house, where he succumbed to his injuries the following morning, April 15, 1865. The irony of that day is impossible to ignore. The Secret Service Lincoln had just authorized would later evolve into the elite agency responsible for protecting U.S. presidents. But in 1865, its sole mission was to tackle counterfeiting, leaving Lincoln vulnerable to the violent political climate of the time. It wasn't until 1901, following the assassination of President William McKinley, that the Secret Service officially took on the role of presidential protection. As we reflect on this tragic chapter in American history, it's a stark reminder of the unpredictability of life and the sacrifices made by those in positions of leadership. Lincoln's legacy is one of resilience and vision, but it's also marked by the poignant twists of fate that shaped his final moments. And with that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.